Hey RealFam, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. If it's your first time on my channel, my name is Nthabi, aka Real Talk with Nthabi. I'm happy that you're here and thank you for the love and support that you have shown me. Of course, if you're just joining in for the very first time, this is the right place to be. I think it is not by chance that you are here. There's a bigger reason, and I think that main reason is you need to be empowered. You need to be transformed. So Real Fam, if you are already part of the Real Fam, thank you for your love. Please continue to watch, like, share, and subscribe. You know that it doesn't go unnoticed. I honestly appreciate it so much.
Talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes. Don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, feels so nice.
So the topic of the day is you cannot produce fruits on your own or alone. This is inspired by a verse that I read when I was doing my devotions a few days ago. So this verse is John 15, verse 4 to 5. So it reads, "Remain in me, and I will remain in you. A branch cannot produce a fruit alone, but must remain in the vine. In the same way, you cannot produce fruit alone, but must remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. If any remains in me, and I remain in them, they produce much fruit. But without me, they cannot do nothing." This made me think about really how we often want to just do things on our own. Really think that we can just succeed on our own. I think the first point that I want to mention, or the question that I want to ask you, have you ever felt like you are doing things alone? Have you ever felt like you're in a season of doing things alone where it's just you, and you probably complained about it to say, I'm all on my own. I'm doing this on my own. Yet you see yourself growing. You see yourself progressing. You see yourself moving forward. You see yourself, overcoming that season of you doing things alone. Do you go back to ask yourself, but how did it happen? How did I get to the next level? How did I progress? How did I break through from that one thing that I was doing on my own? Have you ever asked yourself that? Because I think the answer, or the simplest answer here, you probably know this answer. If you don't, you are not alone. You're not doing things alone. You're doing it with God. The fact that you were able to get a breakthrough, it means that there's a higher power. There are people in your life that are designed to be there to help you to progress, to help you get to that next level, to help you break through. It can be in a form of advice. It can be in a form of financial assistance. It can be in a form of an opportunity being offered to you by someone. It can be many reasons. And those reasons on their own really means that you are not alone. You're not walking alone. As not walking alone does not mean that we need to relax to say, you know what, I can be on my own. I know God has got my back. But have you got God's back? I think we are guilty of sometimes not having conversations with God enough. We are guilty of not doing right by God. If you say you haven't done anything that is against God, meaning not praying, not praising Him, not doing things that He wants you to do, okay. If you are there, respect to you. But I think most of us, we're guilty of that. If it's not you, then it's fine. Good for you. Give and you shall be given. You need to pray for the things that you wish for him to do for you. You also need to play your part. For the blessings that you have to get, he will, like, God has blessed us. Let's just be clear. God has blessed us automatically. He has given us that 100. So the question is, what do we do with that 100? Are you doing your part? Are you in alignment with God? What are those fruits that you have produced at this point? And of course, you didn't, like I said, you didn't just produce them yourself. God was there for you to be able to produce all of that. What is that one fruit or many fruits that you can point out to say, this is what I've produced? Or if you haven't produced, what have you planted? Are you planting seeds? What seeds have you planted in your life? I have my skills with the help of God, of course. I have planted all the knowledge that I wanted, and I nurtured that knowledge, those skills, and I reaped the fruits. And the fruits were reaped from me being able to obviously get a qualification, grow my skills, for me to be able to get employment, for me to be able to provide for myself, for me to be able to provide for my family. Which the biggest fruit for me was being able to contribute to building a home for my family. That is like the biggest fruit that I feel like I have produced, and I can point out to say, that is a fruit that I've produced. And by the way, it doesn't necessarily need to be a tangible thing. Like, you probably shared your knowledge with someone else and they got to be better people. It could be that. So what is that fruit that you can point out? And if you don't have that fruit at the moment, what are you doing? Are you finding ways to plant, to get those seeds and plant and nurture, and of course reap the fruits? Are you trying by all means to multiply that fruit? The parable of the 3 servants. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like this. Once there was a man who was about to leave home on a trip. He called his servants and put them in charge of his property. He gave to each one according to his ability. To one he gave 5,000 gold coins, to another he gave 2,000, and to another he gave 1,000. Then he left on his trip. The servants who had received 5,000 coins went at once and invested his money and earned another 5,000. In the same way, the servant who had received 2 earned another 2,000. But the servant who had received 1,000 coins went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid the master's money. So, in summary, those 3 servants were given this, all these 3 gifts, right? So the one who had the least, instead of trying to grow it, he decided to dig a hole, and meaning it was just there, no growth, nothing. It's like you putting your money under the pillow, hoping that it will grow. It will not grow. So it's important for you to understand that the people you also bring in your life, in your business, should be in alignment with you trying to grow the fruits that you have. RealFam, this is really me saying that let us take our opportunities serious. Let us understand that we cannot do things alone. We need support structures. Be observant, basically. Be observant, because God continues to send people your way to be those people that will help you grow. Sometimes it's through advice. Sometimes it's through their skills or their ability to do something. And in simple terms, never think that you know much in life. Never think that another person cannot help you grow. Never think that another person cannot advise you to do things, or to do better, or to grow better. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share from my heart. Is something that was in my mind, in my heart, and in my spirit, and I thought I should share it with you. And I don't know how you understand this. Please do comment and tell me what your thoughts are. What did you think of this? And yeah, let's continue with this conversation. Don't forget to make today count, RealFam. Do subscribe if you haven't already. And with that said, love you much. Continue to empower others. Continue to grow yourself. Continue to plant that seed. Continue to nurture it so that it becomes the fruit that you want it to be. All right. Love you lots, and don't forget to make today count. Mwah.